Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Art and welcome to 2025. Every time when I try to do this video, I'm trying to do this, and every time I did this video, it was like over half an hour. And the problem is that there was so much I want to talk about, but the problem is that it's hard to talk about everything you want to do and make it into a video which it can keep everybody interested. So this is my 8th to 10th time doing this. I try to do it once a day, and every time it just didn't work. 2024 was a very interesting year for me, and hopefully 2024 was good for you guys. Hopefully it was. We could always do better. We could always be better, right? That's the goal. That's the idea. That's the mindset. Last year, around about this time, my dad had his kidney transplant, which, which was great. And within like a month to 2 months, I spent a lot of time with him. I spent more time with him in almost 20 years than I did my entire life. In that 2 months, I spent more time with him than in 20-some years. And it kind of made me think about it, because one thing for certain, I am an introvert. My dad is pretty much an introvert. He is. So I am just like my father in a lot of respects. My mother is she's a what do you call it, extrovert. She can walk into a situation and be very pleasant, and people will like her. For me, I'd be like, I don't want to talk to these people. Okay. So in a lot of ways, I do exhibit a lot of my father's traits. In March, I had a colonoscopy for the first time, and that was an experience that, if once you turn 50 years old, your doctor says you got to do one of these things so that make sure everything's great. And believe me, once you it was an experience. I did a video on that, and yeah, something I don't want to do again, but I'm gonna have to in about 10 years, but that's fine. Around about August, I always had a nagging problem with my right shoulder. This is the right shoulder, right. Okay. When I'm looking at something, of course, as an introvert, I'm like, right, left, right, left, whatever. So what happened was, I was taking out the garbage and something popped. It could be a torn ligament. It could be something. Well, I know nothing's broken. So the x-ray said nothing was broken, but it could have been a torn ligament. And I had to go to therapy. I had to go to therapy just so I can get an MRI, which will happen in the next couple of weeks. So technically the last time I was in the gym was in August of last year. So I spent technically the last almost 6 months not working out. So that's great. My health has been very, very great. To a certain extent, it's been very great. I still have arthritis in my hip and the shoulder, and this cold weather really messing it up. That happens. Last year, collected comic books. Still collect comic books. Still do. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Well, that's a hobby of mine. I like to read them because, I have something for me to do. I will still collect figures every so often. Even though I bought this right at the end of the new year of last year, I still have yet to open it. I have probably about 30 to 40 figures I haven't even opened yet. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just lazy. So, basically, last year was a very interesting year. This year is going to be, hopefully, it's going to be fun and not very jarring. Hopefully. I still plan to do the weekly comic book haul every Sunday. Well, you should see it every Sunday. Now, true, even though the comic books come out every Wednesday, but I don't pick up my books. I wait till Saturday to pick up my books because it's easier for me to do. And it also gets me out of the house for a couple hours on Saturdays and Sundays. Last year, I tried to stream me trying to play video games, and I'm going to try to do more of that this year. I want to try to do at least once a week. I'm going to try. Now, my operative is try to do it every week. Try is the operative word. I would love to, it's just me trying to play video games. I always loved playing video games, but I'm never very good at it. And a lot of times I'll buy games and I'll lose interest in the game because I hit some kind of whatever. And I'm just like, screw it, I'm done. So I'm going to try to play more games this year. I'm going to try to play more games. Well, tell you the truth, this laptop, hopefully by the end of the month, I'll be picking up a new laptop right before my birthday. My birthday's in February. I'm going to try to make sure I have a new laptop by February. And I'm just putting the final touches on that. Now, the funny thing is, I've had this. Would you believe? Would you believe I had this for 10 years? I had this bad boy for 10 years. It came with Windows 8. Okay. It came with Windows 8. So I'm gonna get a new laptop. I'm getting a new printer so I can do some stuff again. Usually I film off my phone. I'm buying a PS5 finally. After 5 years, I'm finally buying a PS5. Some people probably wonder, well, how come I didn't get it in 2020 when it launched? Well, when a new video game is launched, the demand is so high and they have very little games. But you can play your PS4 games on it. Yeah, that is true. I do have some PS4 games that's actually physical copies. And the funny thing is, in order to play it, you have to have the physical copy inserted to play the game, even though you downloaded it. It's kind of weird, but I get it. So I'll be getting that pretty soon as well. For those of you who like the same game I do called HeroClix, I passed on the last two sets. I did. One was called Masters of Time, DC. When I saw the release of that, I really didn't like the set, but some of the clicks I did like. So I bought some singles. I didn't buy any boosters or the set. I just bought some singles. And Black Panther, which just came out. And not a big Black Panther fan, but there's some pieces in there that I want, so I want to try to pick up some of those sooner or later. I'm going to try to play games, play more games, and also film it. So if you're into that, you can see those. If not, you can always skip that video. Not a big deal. Whether I do social commentary or talk about stuff, if you want to skip it, that's no problem. I have no problems with that. Last year after I watched the TV show called The Acolyte, I did a video on it. Had a lot of mixed reviews. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try to do this a little bit more. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that this year. I'm in some kind of a kick of trying to watch a lot of 80s movies, so I might talk about that as well. So I'm going to try to do more of that this year. I want to try to do a lot more with this channel in terms of content. That's my goal. Would I like to, would I do a Q&A? I don't know. I have no idea. uh, um, it's kind of hard to explain what do you want. I know what I want to do, but it happens. One of the biggest projects I gotta do is I gotta repaint this section right here. Problem is, if I repaint it, unless I can get an exact match of this, and hopefully it blends in very well, I might have to repaint the whole room, which I'm kind of dreading on doing. That. The idea of taking everything out of the room. I mean, true, a lot of people say, well, some people could say, well, you just take one part out of the room. But the thing is, you kind of want to do it all at once so you can be done with it. I do plan on replacing the carpet here. This carpet sucked. This carpet that's in my room sucks, so I'm planning on getting rid of that this year. Either replace it with better carpet, which would be nice, but then again, not very good for the chair and some stuff. Or replace it with some kind of flooring. Haven't figured that out yet. So I'm working on that. Working on figuring out what I'm going to do for that. Yes, I will be going to some cons this year. February is the Great Lakes Comic Con. I'm going to see there. I'm going there. Hopefully, I might get some footage. If I do, that'll be awesome. If I don't, that's not an issue too. It's a very small con, so there's not a lot of footage I can actually give you. For example, if those of you saw the Motor City Comic Con, that's in a big, large ass area. And it packs a lot of stuff in that big, large area, so there's always something to see. The Great Lakes Comic Con is like take like 2 school gymnasiums, put it together, and that's where it is. Actually, tell you the truth, if you really think about it, it's held at a college, at a small college. So one of their rooms there. So you could walk all around in probably 10 minutes if there was nobody there. But since there's people around, you got to dodge and weave. So I'm going to try to get some footage of that. Astronomicon coming up, and which is pretty much a wrestling and horror show kind of con. I'll try to get some footage there too. And of course, at Motor City Comic Con, I'm going to do the exact same thing like I did last year, so that everything will be kind of nice. Man, I can tell you, there's a lot. I'm trying to unpack a lot, and trying to do it as fast as I possibly can. I try to do it within 10 minutes, but I just had to come to the fact that I can't do this video in 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to do it before 30 minutes is over with. But that's what I'm trying to do. I might just start watching movies again. And then talk about, do like a movie review of movies that you haven't seen before in a long time, and my thoughts about it. Maybe. I might do song reviews again. I might. The reason why I don't like doing song reviews is because it gets hit with the copyright strike, even though it doesn't matter because I don't get paid for this, but it can limit to how many people could watch a video. So that's one of the reasons I'm tossing that idea around. I'm thinking about unboxing my Dragonfly HasLab very soon, and I plan on filming that. I did get a Kickstarter recently, which I filmed a video, and I'm going to release that within the next week or so. So there's 2 videos I haven't released it yet, but it will be coming up very soon. If I do the HasLab Dragonfly, which is almost like it's big, it's gonna be one hell of a video. I don't think I can live stream. It's one big ass video. It's gonna be one big video. But other than that, I got another thing that's coming up. I might live stream that. I might do a video. I don't know yet. Everything's up in the air. But other than that, I plan on. So pretty much, down the line, I'm pretty much going to do the same thing that I did in 2024 and 2025. Exact same stuff. And hopefully you guys will still stick around for the ride. So this is the best version of this video that I ever come up with after trying to work on this for 2 weeks. And I want to say thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next.